Well, here we are, going through Monster Hunter World again. Um, Decided to make this video just for people maybe who've never played the game when it came out back in 2018. It was a pretty big hit. I've personally I played Monster Hunter starting with Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii. I know that's kind of an odd start because that had the swimming mechanic, but I'm quite familiar with Monster Hunter. So obviously with this Monster Hunter, it gives you quite a bit of a tutorial right in the beginning. Nice little helpful tutorial with moving around, as it shows the buttons on screen. So you lose your left stick to move around.
Anybody there?
Yep. You can either click the L3 or the R1 to dash. Climb up.
Hey, it's
Not
you!
all surfaces are
What
climbable.
happened to the ship?
Usually if it looks like it has a flat, flush surface, the character will be able to climb up it.
It's not safe here. This way. Uh,
Also, I don't think they show the buttons for it, but to look around in a 360 environment or a vertical, horizontal
we
um,
need to get out of here.
environment,
I've got an
you
idea.
can use the
This
right
way.
stick.
Whoa.
But right now it's
Watch
kind of
yourself.
force locking me to look at certain things, so I can't really show you. So, oh, and I'm climbing. So when I get up to a surface that I can stand on, I will show you the... Ooh, I dodge these rocks. The way that I'm using that
Hurry.
grappling hook is tapping the X or the A button. Uh, X for PlayStation, A for Xbox. Yep, that's correct. And that's how you can maneuver quite quickly while on the climbing up. Also, you can shoot it up and it can help you climb up faster.
Wow, libraries.
More force locking on looking at things.
Filled with so much
See
packaging.
if it gives me a
Shoot.
chance to look around.
Shoot.
Ah, see, there we
This
go.
way.
Right stick moves you around.
No. The ground's moving again.
Force, forcing me to look at giant monster that I'm on top of.
Time to hitch a ride and get off this thing.
A lot
Come
of
on. Let's go. Get a good running start,
a lot
then
of force
jump.
watching in the first bit of the game. Force you to watch cutscenes. No, as far as I know, none of the cutscenes are skippable, which I guess is nice for the first playthrough, because you don't accidentally want to skip a cutscene if you know, because the game looks very nice. You don't want to skip anything because you're missing out on the good-looking visuals. But this is about I think my second or third time through. Actually, my third time through, and I wouldn't mind skipping some cutscenes because I'm mostly doing these videos for like a helpful tutorial with tips, tricks, and just helpful advice.
The new world.
Um, Anybody who, like I said, picking up the game for the first time, or for example, when I played Monster Hunter when I first started, I got very frustrated with the game. Not World, for instance, it was Monster Hunter 3, and I was very confused. It was like
Huh?
unlike any other game I played before, and it got me frustrated because I'm used to picking up a game like Call of Duty, getting into a match, and point and shoot. With this game, I didn't realize how much more was really into it. So I figured what would be helpful is to kind of talk and explain what's going on here because I know there are some people that they may not be patient enough or they'll get frustrated with the game. And believe me, I was the same way when I first started the game. But trust me, if you give it a chance, uh, really get in to the mechanics of the
What's
game,
this?
it is a very addicting game.
Somebody
I
must have
will
set
I will
up
say
this
that
camp.
because there's plenty to do. All the DLCs have been free. The only thing that was not
I
free
found this in
was
a
the
tent.
expansion
It
for
hasn't been in a bit.
Iceborne,
Well, part
but
of it
we
at
won't
least.
get there for a good long while. Okay, so what she just gave me was, I guess, the map. So all you have to do is hit on the PlayStation, hit the black button, and I believe on the Xbox, it is the button that looks like the three dash lines going across the button above the right stick, I believe. I'm just looking at my Xbox controller right there. And we have like a little map. Technically, this is the littlest version of the ancient forest because it just wants us to go. It's baby stepping us literally right now. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna follow her. See this little cross icon with the little red dots to the north, west, east, and south of the X. That is your main objective. And we are in the ancient forest, one of the 5 maps in Monster Hunter World base game, and then 6 maps, well, 6 but 7. There's an arena, there's all sorts of other maps. I don't want to give away any spoilers if anybody's watching this for the first time. Pardon me. Alright, let's just move on. She's heading down here. Now what we see here are aptonoths. They are herbivore creatures. When you kill these creatures, or slay them, whatever term you'd like to use, you can carve raw meat or small bone, or bones S, which is usually small bones from these creatures. Yes, and they are pretty docile, just like she said. Some of the bigger ones, though, like say maybe this guy over here, this one right here, there are smaller ones. Ah, see, there's a baby. If you do attack the baby, they will start attacking you because they are territorial of their kin, which is obvious animalistic nature. This guy, this flower right here. So this is part of the, my goodness, the plant life in Monster Hunter in World, where it allows you to hit the action button, so either the circle or the B button, and it can heal you, which is quite nice, especially if you're in a fight, because you don't necessarily have to hit the action button to activate them. If you have a weapon out, I'll show you later in this video, or in the next video, you can attack it with your weapon and it can activate. So instead of putting away your weapon and drinking a potion or a herb, which I'll get to later as well, you can easily heal yourself by just attacking those flowers. Okay, so the next mechanic that we are going through is this little, this is more like a visual. So you'll push through the vines, just hold the left stick to the front, and you will push through. Another cinematic. Can't skip. Tried. Hit every button. These are Jagras. These are small predatorial monsters. Believe you get specific items from them. I think they're about 1 carve each. You can usually tell how many carves, and what I mean by carves is when you slay them, I won't be able to slay anything right now because technically I don't have a weapon. So what right now we're doing is the stealth mechanic. So what I need to do is I need to hide until it's safe. So I have to go and find these little bushes right here, and you want to tap X or A in this bush, and you can see that it kind of darkens your field of view in the corners. It puts a purple ring around your compass in the left bottom left hand part of the screen, and it shows that your icon is purple. If there are colorblind settings, it may be a different color. I'm just going off of the base defaults. And once that ring has disappeared, you are okay to come out. Yep, now she's pushing through the vines, and then once one character or a monster pushes through the vines, you can clearly go back and forth, and you don't have to do that mechanic anymore. What I did right there was a dodge. Just talk about it since I just did it. That is, you tap the X for PlayStation and the A for Xbox, And you can go in any direction. I went backwards, forward, right, left. And once we get our full heads-up display, I will show you where the stamina bar is, and every time you dodge, it will deplete part of your stamina bar.
This track.
Now what we are seeing is the tracking mechanic. So this is the first Monster Hunter to introduce this, where monsters will leave a footprint or some kind of known trace, what I call it spore in tracking. So what you do is you pick it up and see these little scout flies point you in the direction of the next track. So it makes hunting monsters a little easier. I wouldn't say it makes it simple stupid, but it definitely helps. Now this is the Great Jagras. This is technically in the large monster category. It's a little tougher. It's kind of like pretty much like a boss. Has a nice big health pool. Once you're later off in the game, these things look like, they look like cake. They're really easy to take on. So right now, another cutscene. Yep.
This way, hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Got this guy telling us to come through. They're getting chased down. Kind of just getting through this part so we can get to the meat and potatoes of the game. Because this is like a small little, nice little teaser. Yep. Big ol' engine anth. Fire chicken. And what I mean by fire chicken, some of the monsters have elements to them. So they have fire. The main elements are fire, water, lightning, ice, and dragon. Now I know dragon doesn't sound like an element unless you play Pokemon. But yes, those are the 5 main elements. And then there are status ailments that I'll get to later, but we won't talk about those right now because I don't want to get too far into anything without having some kind of representation on the screen. Now what I may do is I may pause the video or stop the video and start a new one once we get into the base here, so that we can talk a little bit more about Astera and guiding everyone around there. Alright, that is the end of this video, and if you enjoy it, I'll see you for the next one.
Just look
Bye,
at this
everybody.
cake. It's like nature meant for us to build a stair right.